Look at a paradox unfolding right before our eyes. In 2023 and 2024, as the entire world was struggling with inflation, as factories laid off tens of thousands of workers and traditional retail stores shut down in droves, revenue from gaming stream platforms and short-form video hit all-time historical records. The average time a person spent staring at their phone screen reached nearly 7 hours a day. This is not a coincidence. This is a very deliberately engineered equation. In developing countries, including Vietnam, we witness a strange scene. Young people without jobs sit in cramped rental rooms, the latest generation smartphone in hand, eyes glued to virtual battles or 15-second dance clips. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack willpower, but because when the wallet is completely empty and the future looks pitch black, the human brain does not choose to confront reality. It chooses to shut reality off and boot up a replacement operating system. Asterisk. The blue light from those screens is not just illuminating their faces. It is slowly draining the last remaining sparks of hope for real change, replacing them with digital sedatives distributed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, completely free of charge. We are witnessing the rise of an economy built on the foundation of stagnation. A place where your pain is the fuel that keeps the entertainment machine running. And every hour you sit in front of a screen is an hour someone else is profiting from your despair. Asterisk. The dopamine kill switch, when hunger is replaced by illusion. Why are some people willing to spend millions of dong on gaming or streaming platforms, even when their income barely covers living expenses? Why does an unemployed student feel healed watching a video about a peaceful rural life in a countryside they have never once set foot in? The answer does not lie in individual weakness. The answer lies in how the human brain responds when it is backed into a corner. In a prolonged state of stagnation, the human brain falls into a state of reward starvation. When real life offers you no promotion, no money, no sense of recognition, the brain sends out a distress signal. And the entertainment economy appears at exactly that moment, like a seasoned drug dealer who knows it does not need to give you a real meal. It only needs to create the feeling that you just ate. This is the critical point to understand. Modern entertainment is no longer a reward after hours of productive work. It has become a substitute for success itself. When you win a round of a game, your brain releases a chemical equivalent to receiving an actual cash bonus. When you receive 1,000 hearts on a short video, your ego is stroked in precisely the same way a manager praises an employee's performance. The biological response is identical, but the outcome in real life is entirely different. Asterisk. Look at the phenomenon of psychology podcasts and slow living videos. This is the pinnacle of economic irony. Young people living in cramped cities, crushed under the pressure of high living costs, are the primary consumers of content about going back to the countryside, raising fish, growing vegetables. Viewers do not necessarily actually want to go farm. They only want to be relieved of the pressure of reality through someone else's experience, a space of illusion where life temporarily feels less heavy. In China, when young people realized that working from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, 6 days a week, still could not buy them a house or a car, they retreated into the digital world. Gaming livestream platforms recorded explosive growth in the unemployed male demographic. But what is striking is that they were not playing games. They were watching other people play. The reason is simple: within that community, they found a sense of belonging, even if it was only simulated. A greeting from a streamer when they sent a small virtual gift worth just a few yuan was enough to make them feel they still existed, still had value, while real society had long since crossed their names off the list of those who had made it. Asterisk. According to psychology reports from 2025, more than 60% of adults in major cities admitted to feeling isolated and emotionally disconnected, leading to a 12.3% increase in screen time compared to the period before. In South Korea and Japan, single-person households have reached record highs, accounting for 36 to 52% of all households in Seoul and Tokyo. Passive entertainment has become the only life raft, not because the content is good, but because it fills the void of loneliness. The trend of watching food live streams is not because people are craving the food. They watch because they want the feeling of eating with someone. Real data exposes a heartbreaking paradox. Generation Z between 18 and 24 years old, hailed as the most digitally connected generation in history, has the highest rates of loneliness ever recorded in the United States. A survey by the American Psychological Association at the end of 2025 revealed that nearly 70% of people needed more emotional support than they were actually receiving. Asterisk. The hunt is in the dark. Do not mistake the explosion of wellness platforms and passive entertainment for the natural, unplanned workings of a free market. This is a calculated, strategic assault backed by enormous capital. Global capital flows are the coldest entity on the planet. They have no borders, no ethics, and most importantly, an extremely sharp nose for wherever profit margins are highest. As the real economy, from manufacturing to agriculture, fell into saturation and geopolitical risks climbed, global capital found a new blue ocean, the psychological kill switch of human beings. Consider the comparison. Building a steel mill requires hundreds of millions of dollars in fixed capital, thousands of workers, strict environmental compliance, and profit margins that hover between just 5 and 10%. A virtual companion application powered by artificial intelligence, by contrast, requires only a lean team of developers and a few server clusters. Once the algorithm is refined, the cost of serving 1 million additional users is nearly zero. But what they extract is limitless: your loneliness. Asterisk. Venture capital funds in Silicon Valley are no longer excited by applications that make you more productive. They are pouring money into algorithms optimized for addiction. Technology platforms deploy supercomputers to analyze every retinal response to color and movement on screen, with one singular goal: to ensure you keep looking at the screen for 5 more minutes. And 5 more after that, indefinitely. Why does capital flow so heavily into games built around randomized reward spins? Because they combine entertainment with the psychology of gambling. In a stagnant economy, when the chance of building wealth through honest labor seems impossibly distant, people become vulnerable to mechanisms of chance. Capital has turned games into pocket casinos, draining the last few coins from those who are desperate for a miracle. Asterisk. The AI companion industry, according to market reports from early 2026, is projected to reach $140 billion by 2030 and could touch $550 billion by 2035, growing at an annual rate of 31%. The virtual pet and social robot industry is expected to surpass $427 billion by 2032. The virtual human market alone grew from $34 billion in 2024 to over $51 billion in 2025, sustaining a growth rate of nearly 50% per year. These numbers are not merely business data, they are the map of an invasion. Social stagnation is the target market. The more people feel powerless in real life, the higher the demand for entertainment sedatives, and the more capital pours into upgrading those sedatives. The asset being seized in this conquest is not land or money. It is your living time and your capacity for independent thought. Asterisk. The social pressure release machine and the willing hostages. At the macro scale, the entertainment economy serves as a critical pressure release valve for the stability of the global governance system. Imagine if millions of unemployed young people across the world had no social media, no online games, no video platforms to consume every day. What would happen? Rage would accumulate. When people stare at an empty refrigerator and a bleak future, they begin to ask questions about fairness, about social structure, about who exactly is steering the ship. The entertainment economy has become the rescue solution for the elite. Rather than confronting the intractable problems of employment and income distribution, the system simply needs to supply the masses with cheap sedatives. Entertainment is the bread and circuses of the digital age. In this world, class advancement is replaced by leveling up in a game, and the thirst for real power is replaced by social media clout. Asterisk. We are witnessing a generation of willing hostages. They are imprisoned within the invisible walls of algorithms, yet feel free because they get to choose which video to watch next. This new order is not divided by national borders or outward wealth. It is divided by awareness. While the masses are busy arguing over an influence's drama or grinding away inside a virtual world, they have no time or mental capacity left to realize they are being robbed of the real opportunities that life could have offered them. There is a raw truth that very few people say plainly. Dopamine from entertainment is a form of predatory lending. You borrow happiness from your future self to spend today, and the interest rate on that loan is the paralysis of your willpower. The more entertainment you consume to escape stagnation, the more you lose the ability to endure hardship to solve the root cause of that stagnation. This is a strangling loop. Stagnation breeds entertainment. Entertainment breeds inertia. Inertia breeds deeper stagnation, with no exit in sight. Asterisk. The way out of the matrix. Yet in the shadows of the entertainment economy, counter moves always exist. The sharpest minds have recognized that attention is the most valuable currency of the 21st century. Whoever controls their own attention holds the key to a treasury that the crowd cannot see. While the masses use artificial intelligence to generate meaningless entertainment content, a small group uses it to multiply their labor productivity tenfold. They do not use social media to consume. They use it to build personal financial foundations. The way out of this trap is not to renounce technology entirely. It is to reverse the flow. Instead of sacrificing your time in exchange for cheap dopamine, you must learn to transform yourself from raw material into the one who operates the machine. Asterisk. One rigorous course on a digital platform holds more value than 1,000 entertainment videos combined. Building a real community holds more value than 1 million hollow followers. And loneliness is not something that needs to be cured by the noise of social media. It is the necessary space for rebuilding strategic thinking. This is a battle of discipline, against a world determined to drag you down into the swamp of instant gratification. The ability to sustain deep focus in this era is itself a heavy weapon. Asterisk. We are approaching a future of extreme polarization. On one side, the overwhelming majority live inside the comfortable matrix of the entertainment economy, every psychological need met by digital data, but in reality indebted in time and enslaved in will. On the other side, a small group, those who own and operate the very machines that manufacture those illusions. The dividing line is not money or background. It is consciousness. Ask yourself honestly, where are you sitting on this chessboard? Are you the player or are you the piece? Are you using entertainment to recharge for real battles ahead? Or are you using it to bury the failures and unfinished dreams you carry inside? Asterisk. The entertainment economy will not disappear. Capital will keep flowing into artificial wellness applications for as long as the real world remains full of turbulence. The starkest truth of all is this: those glowing screens do not care about your pain. They only care whether you keep looking at them. The price of awakening is confronting the pain of reality, but the price of escape is your entire life. The choice has never been free.